Yo, what's up?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good, dude. Hey, we're live, so be careful.
Okay, sounds good.
Don't show too much chest hair. We're live.
Oh, okay.
You get the.
That's what you're saying.
I'm joking, dude. I'm just joking.
Oh,
You gonna get this? You're gonna get the stream taken down trying to show a bunch of chest. Rated R, dude. Hey,
just
welcome,
two buttons.
John from Fishtank, but you're not just John from Fishtank. You're John, right?
Yeah,
John Tent. Is that content with John in it?
I believe so. Yeah, that's what my fans came up with, and I
Okay.
went with it.
Okay. Now you're gonna have to forgive me because I don't know a whole lot about John. Welcome to Jay's analysis. A lot of our friends, mutual friends, said, "Hey, we should have a conversation." I know that you were on Fish Tank. I didn't have a whole lot of time to watch Fish Tank because I've got so many projects that I've been working on. But I've seen a lot of the clips and glad that you had a. I guess you had a good experience over there, right? Or can you talk about that or not?
Yeah, I could talk about it. I think the best experience I got was afterwards, all the opportunities I got. Um, Other than that, I had fun boxing with Sam, Jason Ghost Rock, or whatever you want to call him. But that was really the only thing I really enjoyed.
Wait, that's the only thing you enjoy was boxing?
I think so. Yeah, there was a whole bunch of stuff that happened on the show that I didn't agree with on a regular basis. So
So since the show's done, can you talk about it now or not?
yeah, I could talk about it. Yeah, Sam gave me permission to talk about it.
So hold on. So let's rewind first before we get into the show and all that. Let's tell us about you because I haven't really chatted with you before.
Okay.
You're new. A lot of people on my channel might not be familiar with everything. So tell us about you and how you got into the show. And are you really a model or are you trolling me? I don't even know what to believe in bios anymore.
Um, so a little bit about me. I have autism. I'm 24 years old. I did wildland firefighting for a handful of years.
You
Um,
said you did firefighting.
yeah, wildland
Oh yeah.
specifically.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Um, I do modeling. I haven't done. I feel like I live kind of like a normal life, but then I don't think compared to other people. I believe in God. This is pretty simple things. I feel like I'm a basic person. I feel like with good morals.
But you're not basic
And
bitch. You're a basic dude, not a basic bitch.
yeah, yeah, I'm not a basic bitch. That's for
I'm
sure.
just joking, dude. I'm sorry. I like to be silly, so
No, it's all good.
don't think anything is serious that I'm doing over here. I'm just being silly. So, okay, so you're a regular dude. You say you used to fight fires. Did you fight fire with fire, or did you put out fire with some kind of weird chemical? How'd you go about it?
It depends on the assignment. There were some assignments, we would start a bigger file to cut off the file. Other times you would dig it out or spray it with the hose. It just depends on the situation.
But was this like from a helicopter, like wildfire, like out in the
No,
woods?
I was on foot in the woods usually.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So then what'd you do? Then you went on to be a model, or were you on Fish Tank and now you're a
So
model?
I did modeling while I was wildland firefighting. So I saw a Craigslist ad. They were looking for someone to take pictures of. I was like, oh, I could do that. And then I started getting paid to have people take pictures of me, essentially.
With your clothes on, right? Were you not? Are you a woodlands model? You modeling out in
No,
the
it was
woods?
like I did like a commercial, not a commercial, but like an ad, like a bank. I've been in a documentary, a hemp farm. I was in a hemp farm commercial. Um, just some normal modeling stuff. There's pictures of me on my Instagram, kind of you probably seen.
I got you. Okay. So would you say that's what you do now, or would you say that? Are you an actor now? Like, does that count as acting credit? How's that work?
I don't know if you could consider Fish Tank as acting because it was like all real wall footage. I would say so. My main job is I'm a commercial loan broker, and that's the main thing I do. from like 9 to 5 during the weekdays. I do a lot of that.
A pawnbroker?
A commercial loan broker.
A lawn broker, like you broker lawns, like Boomer Yards and shit.
Money. I basically give people money.
So you're a pawnbroker.
Not a pawnbroker.
What are you saying? A lawn broker? What's a lawn?
LOAN. Sorry, I have a speech impediment.
Loan broker. I got you. A
Yeah.
loan. Okay.
So that's my main job.
I see. I got you. Okay. So you're over there. You're a loan shark, basically. What you're saying. That's why you got that smooth Italian mobster outfit, right? You a loan shark.
Oh yeah, you already know it.
You got to put some of that. You were boxing up. You got to put the heat down on some of the people that don't pay up, right?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Okay, so let's get into how did you come up with the idea of I want to be on Fishtank? Was there an ad in a Craigslist somewhere, or did you know who Sam Hyde was? How did this come about?
It was a Craigslist ad, and they advertised it to be more like Big Brother. I didn't realize what was going to go on the show. I seen one video of Sam Hyde about 2 or 3 months before I got on the show. I didn't realize he was the one in charge of the show, though.
Oh, you didn't recognize him?
No, I recognize him. I have a good memory. Yeah.
So hold on. So you recognized him and you went in there where you're like, hey, wait a minute. That's that dude from YouTube or whatever. Like, what did you think that something else was going on, or what was going on in your head?
I just knew he was the guy I seen in that one video. Ironically, the video I watched of him, the only video I saw of him before Fishtank, it was Sam talking shit about Andrew Tate. Well, not necessarily talking shit, but he was saying people use Andrew Tate as an idol or something like that.
Right, I got you. Okay, and you were saying you were on there to beef up because you got a fight coming up with Andrew Tate, right?
Nah.
I thought you were doing. I thought you were going to enter the octagon.
Oh yeah, dude, I'm going to kick his ass. No.
Well, if he ends up in jail, I guess it'll be pretty easy, right? Then you could say he backed out. Be like, he backed out.
I guess, yeah.
Right. All right, so hold on. So you're on this show, and what was the original premise? Like, it was a Big Brother type of show, but it also has a game show element to it too, right? So tell us about the show. What is it?
The show is kind of like Big Brother. They have you do challenges, and then the people on the show, they kind of got to do whatever they want, I guess, in a sense. There's people pissing in cups, people pooping in closets, like some disgusting stuff happening on the show. The last day I was there, someone ended up destroying my Bible. So there's a whole bunch of crazy stuff that happened.
So hold on. Okay, so let's talk. So they put a bunch of what? Just a bunch of weirdos in there? I'm not calling you a weirdo. I'm just saying. What?
Everyone's a weirdo. That's most definitely a fact. I don't think there was one normal person. Besides maybe Vance. Vance was the most normal person on there.
Well, now you said you're a normal dude, so you count, right?
Well, I feel like I'm normal. Well, I thought I wasn't normal. And then after being on that TV show, I realized I'm a lot more normal than I thought.
Okay. Okay, yeah. So what was the idea if you how do you pass the challenges of pooping in the closet? What's the challenge that you got to pass?
So the people that were doing that, I think they were like stuck in a bedroom and no one was allowed to leave. If you left the bedroom, you didn't win. So everyone stayed in this bedroom. If they had to go to the bathroom, they went to the closet.
So winning the challenge, what just means you're not eliminated? What did you win?
They got $500 or something like that.
Okay, and then the final person how did you who ends up winning the whole thing? Like, what do you have to do to get the whole $35,000 or whatever?
They had to do a lot of stuff. I didn't stay to the end. I got kicked off, but there was just a whole bunch of random challenges they would do every single day.
So how did you? Well, so this is kind of like Survivor too, right? What's the mechanism for getting kicked off? Like, what do you got to do?
Well, the first time I got kicked off, I didn't do the challenge the best. The second time I got kicked off, I wouldn't do the challenge because I was pissed off. So,
what was the challenge that pissed you off?
Well, the second one, it was my Bible got destroyed that night, and I was just trying not to beat the fuck out of people. So I was just staying to myself, and Jed comes up like, "You gotta do the challenge, John, or you're gonna be kicked off." I'm like, "Okay, I don't care. Get me out of here."
So, why did somebody destroy your Bible? What happened?
It was the producer's idea. The producers convinced one of the contestants to put my Bible in the washing machine when I wasn't around.
This just sounds ridiculous. So how
Yeah.
long did you live there?
The first time around, 16 days. The second time, like 2 days, maybe 3 days.
So why did you get to come back?
They just wanted me for more content, for content, I guess.
Okay. All right.
Those 3 days I was there, I made them a shit ton of money. So
okay. So you're the money maker. All right, I got you.
I guess so, yeah.
We need you to be starting some fires, right? Not putting out fires. Get that fire content started up. So did you? Was any of these women good looking? They look kind of rough.
I don't think they will. No, not my cup of tea.
You didn't find a girlfriend there?
No.
Okay. So you were there, what? You said 16 days, and then how many days the next time?
The next time was like 2 or 3 days. I was only supposed to be there for 4 days, but I got kicked off 12 hours early or something like that.
So did you get paid for the time you were there, or how's that work? You only get paid?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah. I had them, they paid me $1,500 the second time, and I had a flat rate knowing what I was going to get before I got there. The first time around, it was more like you had to win it, and I won $1,500, so altogether like $3,000.
You already blew it on Gucci suits, didn't you?
No. I used all that money actually to pay off bills. I didn't. By the time I got back, I pay for insurance once a year, and that was like $2,000 to $3,000 right there. It's like, well, it's gone now.
I see. So, did you get along with anybody on there, or did you not like anybody on there?
I get along with a handful of people. I feel like there's different times periods when I got along with specific people, because everyone hated me when I first got there, basically. So,
well, why'd they hate you?
They hated me because I said Jesus is one of my role models, Jesus Christ, and I said Andrew Tate was the other one, and everyone on that show, they didn't like me for picking those two people.
So hold on, what? That's fun. That's funny as two role models there, but okay. So, but why did they not like those role models? What was their reasoning?
Well, none of them like Andrew Tate. They couldn't tell me exactly why. They just said they didn't like him, and then a handful of those people, they just weren't religious, and they didn't like I'm religious, I guess.
So they didn't like anybody who had a religious view on there.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. So how about that? How did you? What made you religious? Do you have a church upbringing, or what's your background?
So when I was younger, I didn't really go to church in my preteens or as a little kid. I did end up finding a Facebook group when I was like 16. And then there was this person named Katie that helped me do Bible studies on a regular basis. And that's basically how I got into it. And I don't really like any of the churches here. Most of the churches here, they kind of like spread false information from what I've noticed.
Right. So what, do you want to say where you are, or do you not want to say where you are?
Oh, I live in Bend, Oregon.
Okay. Yeah, Oregon, that sounds like a horrible place for liberal stuff, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, Portland is I believe, the least religious place in the United States.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Is that where Chop was? Chaz?
I got no clue who that is.
When they had the riots, remember, and then they started up a commune when they had the...
They did, yeah. That was up there, yeah. I know that commune.
They called it Chop, and then they called it Chaz. And I was just going to say, you could go live in Chop or Chaz if you wanted to, right?
I guess so, yeah.
You could lay down the law down there. You've been boxing. You about ready? You're gonna put some Tates into jail. Fight him in the octagon.
Oh yeah, you already know it.
Oh yeah, no, Oregon sounds terrible. But are you planning to move, or you want to stay there? You got a lot of friends there.
I like Oregon because I'm born and raised here. I don't like Portland, Oregon, but on the other side of the mountains, it's actually kind of nice. It's just we still have to follow all the laws that the Portland people make.
Gotcha. Oh yeah. By the way, the chat's right. Chop and Chaz were in Seattle, not Oregon, but might as well be the same thing
Oh,
in
okay.
my mind because it's all the same horrible stuff. But so, do you have good, solid friends up there? Or is everybody liberal? A whole bunch of atheists.
Yeah, I do have some good solid friends, but I don't go out and socialize with atheists. I don't. They're not my cup of tea for people.
So you said the churches are not that good. Is there any Orthodox churches there?
I believe there was one Orthodox church. My friend is actually going to be having me go there here soon.
Oh, good. That's good.
Yeah.
So you said you were raised and somebody took you to Bible studies, and then that kind of formed how you believe in God or how you view God, right?
Yeah,
Well, you told
essentially.
David. I was listening to your interview with David. You said you had these demonic experiences. Tell us about that.
Okay, so when I was little, when I was like little, like 5 and under, my mom and dad did take me to church, but like after that we didn't go anymore. So when I was a baby, um, I never really had it from like 2 years old to like 7 years old. I never really had a dream. I've always had nightmares though, and there was the
Well, you're
quote
saying
unquote
you're
demon.
saying every dream was a nightmare,
Yeah,
like every night.
yeah,
What?
yeah. I don't know. I got used to it. So, but in one of the dreams or nightmares, there was a cat, and he said he was going, well, cat, but I saw him as a demon though. He said he was going to kill me, and no one was going to find out. And I ended up waking up to myself strangling myself, and I prayed to Jesus that night, so I wouldn't have to have nightmares anymore. And then the next day is when I had my first dream, which was pretty cool. I remember waking up crying because how happy I was.
That it wasn't
But
a nightmare.
that it was not a nightmare for the first
You're
time.
saying
Yeah.
your first normal dream.
Yeah.
Interesting. And you said that this entity appeared as a cat,
It took different shapes, different
like
times in
what?
the
Like
dream.
what else?
Sometimes it was like a tall, dark figure. Um, it was usually a tall, dark figure or a black cat.
Like a shadow person that people on the internet talk about.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah.
And you're saying, and what age range is this?
Roughly from like 2 to like 7 years old.
And you were wow, that's crazy. So, and then you prayed a prayer. How'd you know to pray to Jesus? Where did you learn that?
My mom, because I think about a couple years before that, I've been able sitting down with her on her lap, and she told me how to accept Jesus into my heart, and I've been, we did that, and she told me about how Jesus is God.
Hmm,
Um, but I guess that's how I knew.
I see. So, did you have like normal high school upbringing, or what? How was that? What was high school like for you?
When I was in high school, I didn't have any friends really. I went to school every day. I had good grades, and then I left my first high school because the principal was discriminating against me. So I left, dropped out for 2 years, went to a new high school, became student body president. Still didn't have any friends
That's
because
an
I didn't.
upgrade. That's an upgrade. So, you upgraded from nobody liked you, and the principal how did he discriminate? What did he do? Did he make you sit?
So
He make you sit at the nerd table? What did he make you do?
the female principal that was like 80 years old was trying to send me home for. She said I was in trouble for walking in the hallway when I was going to my next class, and I told her I was actually allowed to be in the hallway. She just went crazy mode. She was like a sexist female principal. She didn't like any of the male students.
You got a Chad model walking through the hall with you got like a full time hall pass, right? And you just bopped it out. You're like, I got a full time hall pass because I'm a Chad in the hall right now, and I can go to class. And that was it. That was it for you. Like it's time to move on to a new school, right?
Oh yeah,
Was it
you
better?
already know it.
Was it better?
It was a lot better at the other school. Yeah. I didn't realize it at the time, but there was like 15 different girls that wanted to be with me. I didn't know that until after high school though. But everyone there
So
though,
hold
they
on, you
loved
had
me.
15 girls liked you at which high school? The first one or the second one?
The second one.
Because you were student body president.
I think it's just because of my energy and
You didn't cash in
how
on that.
happy.
You got all the way up to. You were basically the political master of the high school, and you didn't cash in on that and get some phone numbers.
Nah,
How come?
I think I could care less for females back then. I didn't care for them.
Well, hold on. That's high school though, right?
Well, but you gotta keep in mind though. I have autism. So like usually people with autism,
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe it's just me, but when I was younger, I could care less for females. I would
Okay.
rather have fun and enjoy my time.
Well, so what were you doing when you were in high school? Like, what for you? What was fun in high school? What was you up to?
So like after high school, I usually go out and just be in nature and climb trees and stuff or go swimming. Nothing crazy.
Yeah. So you weren't a big party guy. You were just a regular guy.
Yeah,
That's good. That's wholesome. That's good. See,
yeah.
I was a party guy, so I was not wholesome in high school. I was a pretty nasty dude, but um, yeah, if I could go back, I would have changed all that. So you didn't do drugs or anything in high school?
No, I didn't do none of that. A lot of people offered it to me all the time. I never did it. I actually got someone in trouble for doing drugs one time.
So you're the narc and you weren't even doing drugs.
Yeah.
What'd you do? You immediately call the police or what happened?
So in a sense, I went to the school officer and was like, hey, this guy has drugs. He's selling it to this person over here.
Oh, interesting. Did that get you beat up? That might makes people mad.
No, I didn't get beat up.
Okay.
There was too many people there who would have protected me. So
Is that the Secret Service for high school president? Did you have Secret Service as high school president?
no, I think it's just because I was just like I had a nice energy and a lot of people liked me because I was nice to everyone.
So, you're the second school. You're saying you did get popular, not at the first school.
Yes.
Okay, but you didn't care about the girls because you were out there climbing trees, which is fine. I'm not making fun of you. I'm just saying.
No, I know. Yeah. But yeah, that's
Did you
exactly
get
what
did
happened.
did you get any fights in high school?
No, but I got a lot of fights in middle school and elementary school.
And what over what? How come everybody want to fight you?
No, I was just fighting people.
Oh, you
I,
were
I
out
was the
there
one.
trying to start fights. Dang, dude.
Yeah, I was the one starting the fights.
Were you mad about something?
Yeah, no, I was an angry little kid.
Okay, what were
I
you?
was an angry.
All those bad dreams? You couldn't sleep? Just mad because you had bad dreams?
Um, I don't know. I just wasn't able to control my anger when I was younger.
Okay.
So if something just like got me irritated, I just lashed out on that person.
I used to climb trees. I mean, when I was a kid, I climbed trees. I would sit up in the top of the tree and just sit there for like 2 hours, just sitting.
Yeah.
Did you climb up there and sit, or did you climb up there and climb right back down and do another one?
I would usually climb up in the tree and then I would like do a big call to, just like out in the woods and then I would climb back down. Depending on the tree, how good the view was, I would watch the view.
Like a nature call? What do you mean a call? Like a phone call?
Well, I've done that before when I got lost in the woods, but when I would climb the trees and do like a call, like a kind of like a Bigfoot call in a sense, just like a giant yell.
So hold on. So you saying you believe in Bigfoot?
No, I don't believe in Bigfoot. I don't believe in anything that I can't prove, but I would do quote unquote the Bigfoot call though.
How's that go?
I would destroy my mic if I tried.
Oh, it would mess up the mic. Okay.
Yeah, it wouldn't sound good. The people wouldn't be happy.
I don't know. I'm having a lot of fun. I think the people would love it, but that's okay. You don't got to do it. Don't destroy my speakers. But Okay, hold on. So you got in fights in middle school, but you never got in any fights in high school because you were class president, right?
No, I was just trying to change as a person. 'Cause I didn't want to be aggressive anymore.
I see. So
Yeah.
what? So you look like you're trying to. You're smooth now, right? You got that shirt, you showing that chest. You got a sport coat on. You got some hair. You got puffy hair up here. Are you
Oh yeah.
presently looking for ladies?
No, I am not looking for any ladies. So
Well,
all
hold
the
on.
ladies watching me, you can say goodbye.
Hold on. Why is that though? You said there was 15 girls after you that you later found out about. You didn't try to cash in on that and get some numbers later on?
No. I think I did like afterwards, but like I'm not actively chasing any ladies right now. I feel like it's almost a waste of time and energy to put into females on a regular basis. Um, like if I'm gonna be with someone, I'm going to have an actual connection with them. If I don't have a connection with them, I don't just chase tail. It's a waste of time for me. If I could be using that time to make money, I would rather do that or walk out versus what
Oh, so
hook a chick one
you're
time and never steal again.
you're chasing paper before you chasing tail.
Yeah.
I see. Because if you chase tail of the paper, then the women will come later on. Is that your thought process?
So that is true too. Yeah, if you got money, you're always going to get females. That's guaranteed.
Mm-hmm. Well, climbing up in trees and hollering, that'll bring the girls too. Just holler loud enough. I mean, it's primal, dude.
Maybe not the white type.
It's primal, exactly. All right, so hold on. So you're boxing on there with Sam Hyde. What was that like? Tell me about boxing with Sam Hyde.
It was pretty fun. He was teaching me a whole bunch of specific techniques and how to do it properly. Obviously, if it was an actual boxing match, I would have been knocked out cold in a second. But I liked learning from him a lot. He had a whole bunch to teach me, boxing wise and also business wise too. I would ask him questions all day about all kinds of stuff.
How long did y'all train boxing? Was that like a daily thing, or how long was that?
It was basically every time he was over, I was like, "You want to walk out?" And then we would start walking out.
What
Yeah.
about so? Can you give us a few business tips that he gave you?
I'm not gonna lie, most of those 16 days was kind of all flow. I think he told me not to waste money. Don't gamble. That's probably the easiest and simplest one. But
That's a
most
good
of the
one.
conversations I had with people, it just kind of all blended together.
Yeah. Did you have any good conversations, or was everybody there an idiot except for Sam Hyde?
I felt like Vance, he had a good head on him, but he was trying not open up too much on TV. And then Sam, the whole producer crew, I felt like they all had a good head on them. There was probably a couple other people that I can't think of right now, but there was just a handful of people I just didn't like talking to.
What's the funniest thing that happened?
The funniest thing I did, or the funniest thing that someone else did.
Either one. Which one's the best?
This is fucking disgusting and foul. But so Chris, he was on there for a week or two, and I give him props for doing this. I would never do it myself. But there was a challenge. It was the most disgusting challenge. You had to find the most disgusting thing in the house. Okay, Chris, he decided to take a shit in a cup, and yeah, it was fucking disgusting. You have to show the camera, and whatever you show the camera that you pick is disgusting, you have to pick it up in your hand. So he ended up doing that. It was fucking disgusting. It was hilarious though. I ended up winning that challenge though. I picked the thing I picked that was the most disgusting thing in the house. I didn't think it was an item or a thing. I picked a person because I figured what's more disgusting? All those things, or a person who's pissing in the closet, a person who's throwing shit at people, and it's like a succubus. So I picked a person instead. I thought they were more disgusting than shit
A
on the floor.
succubus? Did you say succubus?
Yeah, that's one of his nicknames. The chat would call her that all the time. Anyways, I picked her instead, and I won that. to be fair though, she did put up with a whole bunch on the TV show, and she won second place. And I do think that was a fair place for her to win, considering all the stuff she did put up with. But yeah,
So, are you glad you did it, or do you regret it?
I'm glad I went though and got all these opportunities and learned from all the experience. If I had to choose, if I could not do it, I would still do it, even though it sucked and I didn't agree with many of the things. I think it was a really good experience and good opportunities.
Right. I see. So what now? What's next? What do you want to do next? You gonna do some more TV shows, or what are you gonna do? Modeling?
I guess I'm just doing a little bit of everything. The biggest thing I want to do now, I'm ready for my new Bible to get back in the mail, but I do want to spread God's name. I want to make that into my main focus. I still do modeling, commercial lending, just keep doing the grind, making that money, making more connections, more opportunities.
What do you really enjoy doing? Would you rather be, over there doing some striking a pose, or would you rather be on a TV show, or would you rather be on a YouTube channel? What's your favorite thing?
The My favorite thing I've gotten that I've been able to do out of this opportunity is actually be able to help people and give people advice. That's my favorite thing out of what I could do now. A lot of the people, when they want my advice, they will offer to pay me. I was like, no, 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 I'll just talk to you real quick. Because, I feel like when you're helping someone, if you take money, it kind of defeats the purpose of helping them, usually.
And that's why I want to
But
remind everybody in the audience to send the super chats. Because I'm sure you're finding today's interview very helpful. And if you'd like to support the show, you can do so via the Streamlabs super chat function, which is right there. And this channel was demonetized in 2018, but you can still support me via super chats on Streamlabs right there. We're talking to our buddy John from Fishtank, having fun, goofing off, not being too serious, laid back conversation. Now, you had another crazy story where you almost died. Tell us that story.
with time,
Whoa, which time? How
yeah.
many times you almost died, dude? What are you doing over there? You got to play it safe. How many times you almost died?
I don't know, like a
Yeah,
handful of
I
times.
see
I
a
could
lot of
probably count
fingers
on
going
one
up.
hand.
How many? All right, hold on. I heard the story about how taking the blood pressure drink to get buff. So hold on. So how many the other times you almost
That's
died?
a good one.
Okay? What's the other time?
Well, I fell down a waterfall.
A waterfall.
Yeah, that was a gnarly day. I
Hold on. Let's talk about that one. How? Why'd you fall down a waterfall?
so I was at Wolf Creek Job Corps. That was the training facility where I became a wildland firefighter.
Okay.
And there's this new guy who came there, and I was training him. I
You
was like, "Hey,
thought that you thought you could take that waterfall and apply that to the fire and put it out. Is that what you thought?
No, not even close." And so I started talking to him like, "Hey, I found this waterfall in the woods. You want to go over there and check it out?" He's like, "Okay, why not?" So we went deep in the woods, and there's no cell service out there either. So we went out in the woods. I found it. I was like, "Oh, this is the way to get down." And instead of us climbing down, we just like fell 20, 30 feet. We were like, "Fuck."
But
And
did you land in water or did you land on rocks?
so we landed on dirt and rocks.
Okay.
Because there was so we didn't fall all the way down. We fell on a cliff on a ledge.
Okay. So
So then
sounds like a video game.
yeah. So we were on a ledge, and then there was like a 40-foot more drop to the waterfall, to the base of it. So then we had to figure out how to get off this ledge. And I was able to find a way where I was able to lower him down like 5 feet. Then he had to climb down a few feet, and then he had to jump down 15 feet. And I wasn't able to go the same way because I guess I fucked up my leg. I didn't realize, but from my knee to my ankle was all bruised up, like black and purple. And I was able to move a chunk of my leg, of my bone, around about this big.
What?
Yeah, so I fucked up my leg pretty good. And then I went back to where we fell, and I saw a root that was a little bit unbuilt. So I started climbing it, and on belly while climbing it, and I got up, and we met halfway back, and then we just went back. I think that's probably a pretty close call.
Wow. All right. So hold on. So what about the other time that you almost died, where you said you're going to get buff because you were drinking a blood pressure drink?
Yeah, so I made this special concoction. It had like 20 different things in it, and I was just trying to increase my blood pressure. I will tell you, I did get pretty big back then, and I was actually extremely fit. I was able to 110 miles, even though I was like fat as fuck. But I would make this drink, and
Well, you
one
were
day I
fat,
went,
but you were fat, but you were fit.
yeah, I was fat, but I was really fit. I was able
Okay.
to one fall. But I would work out 3 times a day. I would work out one day with heavy weights, about an hour. I would swim for 60 minutes, and then I would also do running for like another 60 minutes.
Okay.
So, I had 3 different workouts in the day, but I was eating like 4 or 5,000 calories a day. So I was like fat. I was like really fit though.
Okay. And then
I didn't look fit.
how did you get the idea to drink a blood pressure drink to get fit?
I found out like some of those professional bodybuilders, they take certain things to increase their blood pressure. And then it's like,
Okay.
well, I could just make a homemade drink and increase it. Not thinking, not thinking
What
how
was
bad
it?
it would.
What was in your homemade drink? What'd you put in there? Like a
I don't
suicide?
remember
Like,
all the
like
I don't remember all the ingredients, but I'll tell you what I do know. There
oh,
was
so
butter.
when you were a kid, did you drink suicides?
No, I don't even know what that is.
That's when you just mix a bunch of drinks together and drink it,
Well, this
like
was
kids
not
do.
drink
So
stuff.
you were doing that. You were doing that with your blood pressure drink.
I guess so, yeah.
Okay,
So there was
what'd
like
what'd you put in it?
butter, salt, olive oil,
What?
keratin,
Okay,
coffee,
I get that one.
ginger.
Okay,
The supplements you can buy at the store that says greens. I would put a scoop of that in there.
okay,
I would put a scoop of almond flour, coconut flour.
okay.
There was a couple other things I would put in that was like really good for you for protein wise. And then I
I
would
see
put
the
a whole
I see
bunch
the
of
logic of it. You're thinking, all right, well, if I take all these good things and I put it into one thing, it'd be like a super good thing, right? Right?
yeah.
Okay, so
And
but what was the thing that I mean, how did it get to where it almost killed you? Because this just sounds like a bunch of stuff that wouldn't really hurt you.
so I wasn't. I ended up not working out for a month, but I would still make this get constant because this every time I drank this drink,
Oh, you were
I
drinking
would
it
get a
all the
pump.
time, not just one time.
Oh yeah, all the time.
What?
And this drink, if after I drank it, I would actually get a pump in my body without even working out. Like it would just give me a pre-pump. And it's like, whoa, this is kind of cool. So I'm gonna keep drinking this. Not realizing if I don't work out and clear out my arteries, it's probably not gonna be that good. So I didn't end up working out for like a month straight. I didn't think nothing of it. But I kept making that drink. And I went to the gym. I just started my warm up with some heavyweight squats, not thinking of it. I think I started with like 180 or 195 for squats just to warm up real quick. And then I did like barely one set and I put it down and just passed out on the ground. And I was soaking wet in sweat. I lost my vision. I lost my hearing, my smell. I lost every sense you could think of essentially.
So were you not eating normal meals? You just thought you could live on this blood pressure super
No,
drink?
I was eating a lot. I was eating like 4 or 5 meals a day.
Okay,
Like
but how much of this concoction were you drinking?
like I would drink it every morning and sometimes in the afternoon.
How much of it?
I don't know, like a whole cup worth.
I'm not trying to be mean. This is just a crazy story.
It was stupid.
It's a crazy
It was
story. It's
stupid.
funny. This is really funny.
Yeah.
So hold on. So you fall over and did like some people come help you or like what did you just have to cool down or what happened?
No, it was worse than that. My workout partner at the time, he just comes over to me, pulls out his phone, starts filming me on Snapchat, like, ha ha ha, John is so stupid. He did it too heavy. He starts making fun of me on Snapchat.
Wait, who
Starts
was?
filming me.
Who?
My workout partner,
Okay.
the guy I was working out with, he had no clue what was happening. He thought I was just like
He thought you
faking
were
it or
just being
being
silly. Okay.
yeah. And I'm over here like, I was like, I told him like, call the ambulance. He was like, no.
So you're being, so he was joking. Did he eventually figure out you're being serious?
No,
No.
he never realized. Like he's a little slow. I think he was traumatized.
Traumatized or mummified?
Traumatized. You know
What?
when someone smokes too much weed and they kind of become retarded.
Okay. Okay. I see. Yeah, yeah. I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he just did too many drugs and he just didn't actually realize what was happening.
Okay. Do you ever think about maybe that you did die and this is afterlife?
Could be. Who knows?
I'm just joking. I'm just playing around. Well, I'm glad you didn't die, dude. That's good. So, what did you just have to like roll around until you started feeling better, or what? Did somebody bring you a drink? What happened? How'd you get out of it?
So what ended up happening was I was just like laying there on the ground and I lost all my senses and I felt like I was leaving my body. I didn't care if I was gonna die. I accepted death. Like I'm not scared to die.
Okay.
And then
So, did you really feel
I
like you have an out of body experience?
I did feel like that. And then I realized there's someone in my life that I prayed to God to. I was like, hold up, I can't go yet. I have to take care of this person.
I
I
see.
can't leave. I have to help them. And
Did you?
then soon after that, I don't know, I was basically good after that.
I see. So, is relative or who? Can I ask, or what do you mean? You got like a mom you got to take care of or something?
Yeah, it was a relative. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, that's good. So, hold on. So, you were throwing up a bunch of digits when you were talking about how many times you might have died. Almost. How many times was? What's the other ones?
So when I was a little kid, because I told you I was an aggressive kid when I was younger,
You were fighting
I
everybody.
thought it was a good. I thought it was a good idea when I was, I think, 8 years old to chase my older sister with a steak knife. Yeah, I was crazy. I don't know what I was thinking, and she ended up putting her foot up, and I was running so fast at her. When I hit her foot, I went flying like 20 feet back, and I ended up rupturing my spleen and having internal bleeding. I was like in the hospital for like 2 or 3 months.
Hmm.
I don't remember it that much because they had me on so many drugs,
Hmm.
but I would say that was another probably close call.
Interesting.
Um,
So,
yeah,
can you do you said you're autistic? Or you're not
yeah.
being you're not joking? You're being serious.
Oh, I'm being serious. When I was younger, people couldn't even really understand me when I was talking until roughly the age of 12 because of my speech impediments. I
Oh.
got 3 different speech impediments. And then what else? There was
Okay.
something else I was going to say.
So, did you get diagnosed, and was that had that affect
Yeah.
did that affect high school?
Oh, it affected everything. When I was a little kid, I got diagnosed when I was like 6 or 7 years old. They originally wanted to send me to the East Coast to be in a mental hospital for the rest of my life. My mom didn't want that though. My mom wanted to keep me. But
On what
yeah,
basis? Well, like why they want to send you to a mental hospital?
my autism, I don't know.
Well,
I
but I
was
mean, why
crazy, I
would
guess.
that? I've never heard. I'm not saying this. I'm not doubting you. I'm just wondering. Like, I mean,
If I had to
they
guess,
can't just take a kid. Oh, he's got autism. We're
yeah.
gonna ship him off to New York to be in an institute,
If
right?
I had to guess, it was because I was pretty wild when I was younger.
Oh, okay.
I don't know exactly.
I
My
see.
mom never told me exactly what it was, but I do know here locally, I was in a little soft room for 7 days while the doctors were figuring out what to do with me.
A soft room,
Yeah, like a crazy
like a
person's
padded
room.
room. Like how when was that?
Yeah, I was like 7 years old.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
So when did you figure out what was going on and just kind of call? You don't mind talking about this, do you? I don't want to get you.
Oh
You know.
no, no, I
Okay.
don't mind talking about autism.
Yeah. When did you like calm down and figure out like how to deal with stuff you struggle with?
I think the biggest time that helped. So I got put on a whole bunch of medication when I was younger. That never really helped. And as I became into my teens, when I was like 15 or 16, roughly 17, that was around the time like I wanted to change who I was, and I didn't want let things bother me or get aggressive. So I kind of started meditating a whole bunch, and I would just go inside my head and ask myself, why did I react that way? What made me do that? And I just started taking responsibility for a lot of things I did mentally. And then I just kind of changed as a person from there. And I got off all those medications too.
That's good.
Because being on those
Good.
medications wasn't good for me either.
Right.
It fucked with my hormones. It made me super fucking fat when I was younger.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
think a
then,
lot of that big pharma stuff is awful.
oh yeah, it's terrible. It's like poison.
Right.
And then, so I got off all of that. And the custodian at the second high school was basically my best friend. He was pretty cool. I liked him a lot. He's from the Bahamas, so he wasn't like all the other Western people,
Mm-hmm.
and he kind of like helped me a whole bunch in a sense to feel to be comfortable with who I am
That's good.
in a good way.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what are like? Look, I got a question for you. So I don't know. I just read this, or maybe I watched the documentary one time. Some people say that if you have, autism, if you're on the autism spectrum, that you don't get jokes or humor. Would you say you're a funny person? Do you like to joke around, or would you say that you don't really get jokes, or like, what's your take on that? Because I mean, if you're hanging out with Sam Hyde, I mean, he's a super funny dude, right? So were y'all joking around all the time, or what's your take on that?
So I would say when I was younger, I didn't understand humor at all, and I would take everything 100% serious. Like you said it, that's how I took it.
Literal?
And yeah, and I'm still am like that to a point.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to get rid of that because it is hard for me to understand sometimes if someone's joking or if they're being serious.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was probably one of the harder things for me on Sam Hyde's show. The one nice thing about not socializing a whole bunch growing up, I learned a lot about human behaviors and why people did certain things. So like if someone would lie to me, I would know if they're lying just because I know how humans work now. But like I didn't really understand jokes back then. I do think I'm pretty funny. Oh, at least a lot of other people think I'm
I
funny.
think you're funny. You know, I've been dying laughing. You almost had me crying a minute ago.
Yeah.
Okay, so like, what? Tell me something. What's something you think funny? Like a movie or a TV show, or like what do you think's funny? How does your mind see something funny?
But now I have a really big sense of humor now since the last like I don't know 5 years since I've grown my sense of humor.
Mm-hmm.
I basically find everything funny. Um, even like
What's
fucked up things.
what's who's somebody that's funny, or like what's a funny movie or something that you like?
Uh, well, my favorite movie, and it's also I think it's the funniest movie, is Napoleon Dynamite.
It's a good one. Okay, yeah, I'll go with that. All right,
Yeah, that's a good one.
that's your favorite movie.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's just because in that movie, that dude he seems so fucking autistic. Because the way he acts is just fucking funny. Because you look at him, he's like that. No normal person would do that. You know, putting tater tots in his pocket, for example. Like what the fuck?
I agree. Yeah, Napoleon Dynamite is 100% definitely funny dude. Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so hold on. How old are you now? Can you say?
24. I'm about to be 25
Okay.
in like a week or two.
24, about to be 25. Happy birthday. Now, you said you might come to my event. Is that right? Or you don't know?
July 6th.
Yeah.
If I could get there on time, possibly. I have to check out the plane tickets. Um, I would have to check
Because
the
there
plane
might be
tickets.
people in the audience that would like to meet you if you do show up. No, so you're not saying for sure, but a lot of people might like to meet you.
What time would it be on July? On July 6th?
2 to 7.
2 to 7. Okay.
I mean, you
I'm
know,
assuming.
it's not, you don't have to, but if you want to, you're welcome to come. I'm sure a lot of the audience that do show up,
Yeah.
they like to meet you. So, we have
Yeah.
a pretty tight knit fan base. So, this is probably our fifth or sixth live event. So we've had a lot of fun. Our live
You know
events.
what the
Go ahead.
Do you know what the nearest airport is to the event?
I think it's the Malibu airport in
Okay.
yeah, Malibu airport, I think.
Yeah, I will look at the plane tickets then.
Yeah. Well, whatever. If you make it, that's cool. If not, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, no, it would be cool, I think. Yeah.
So what are you working on now? Like you said, you're a loan shark and you're a model. You don't put out fires no more, right?
No, not anymore. The government fucked me
Now
over.
you start fires. You're a fire
Yeah,
starter.
exactly.
How the government mess you up? What do you mean?
So I caught my ass on file, and
What?
the government never ended up paying the medical bills. My right knee got fucked up, my right shoulder got fucked up, and my spine. So,
From the
and I
fire?
did it for 4 years,
Wait,
and
hold on.
I
How'd the fire mess up your spine? Or you mean the whole time of doing that job?
so there was a time period about almost 10 days straight when everyone on my crew was extremely lazy and slacking. So I had to pick up the slack, and about 10 days in a row, I had 120 pounds on my back, and we would hike up like 6 miles a day up a
I
mountain and
see.
then down back from mountain every day. So I think just the weight on my spine just fucked it up over time. And I brought it up to my boss because I couldn't even get up. I couldn't even stand up at one point because how bad my spine was. And I brought it up to my boss, and he just told me off, and he wouldn't do the paperwork or nothing like that.
So
For my
you
ass, when my ass caught on fire, I did get the paperwork done, but the government won't pay for the medical bills though.
are you literally saying your ass caught on fire?
Yeah, yeah.
How did that happen?
So
You
I
trying
was
to
putting it out to.
you trying to sit on the fires to put them out? That don't work.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I thought it was gonna work, man, dude. You know how it was. I was trying to fall on the fire and just make it bigger. So,
So hold
what happened
on,
was
you literally caught your anus on fire. Your butt is on fire.
there's my left cheek.
Okay, how did this happen?
So I was putting out a juniper tree at Northern Cal by Mount Shasta. This was the July Complex 2020. Putting out a juniper tree. It was like a 500 years old tree, roughly. And I put it out. The other one caught, so I put it out. And I had to go back because the original one I put out caught back on fire.
Okay,
So as I
okay,
got there, I was standing next to it, putting it out, and it was on an incline. And my boot, or my feet, or whatever you want to say, there was an L pocket I was standing on. So my feet fell like 2 feet in the ground. And because of that, I had a horse with PSI of 2 to 300 PSI pounds per pressure. And it pushed me back when my foot went in the ground. So when I fell back, I landed on the ground and steam went through my pants. So I got a second degree steam burn, essentially.
okay. That's crazy. Well, and the
Yeah.
government wouldn't pay for it.
Yeah.
Okay, but they're supposed to, right?
Most definitely. Yeah. I was a federal employee for the Forest
Right.
Service.
Well, why'd they say they wouldn't pay for it?
So this is what happened. I did my paperwork all correctly, turned it in. The head boss over there, Brian Smith, he ended up fucking up on the paperwork. He fucked up on my social security number and how to spell my name and my birthday. And because of that, their insurance or whoever was supposed to pay for it wouldn't accept it. And so I called Brian Smith, and I was like, "Hey, you have to fix this, so and so," and he wouldn't fix it. He ended up blocking my phone number. A whole bunch of the people blocked my phone number, blocked my email. I even saw it up in person. It's a 3 hour drive from where I live. And I would go there in person 2 to 3 different times, and they would lock the door. So I wouldn't come in to talk to them about it.
I got
So,
you.
and
That's
Brian
crazy,
Smith,
dude.
he just didn't like me though, because I was walking beneath Cliffy, and Cliffy, he didn't like Cliffy for whatever reason. He was
That
biased.
damn Cliffy, dude. I don't know about Cliffy. Do you like Cliffy?
I do like Cliffy. Cliffy was he was an extremely good teacher on how to use a chainsaw
Okay.
and cut down trees.
All
Yeah.
right. All right. Well, I'm not gonna knock Cliffy then. Chase Haggard says, "Super chat $3. This is a great interview. However, you should not mock people like me who put tater tots in the pocket." Well, if Chase wants to put a tater tot in a pocket, that's This is a free country. You can do that in this country. So, Chase, I welcome that. You have the right. And I don't do it, but I might identify as a person that puts tater tots in my pocket, even though I don't do it. John, I got your links in the show description. I got you here on your Twitter. I'll add your Instagram as well. Is there other places that people should follow you or look out for your content?
Yeah, so I got Twitter, Instagram, as you know. I got a YouTube,
Oh,
John
you do
Tent without a G.
Okay, I didn't know you had a YouTube channel. I'll link that in here. What's on your
Yeah,
YouTube?
I can send you all my links. Everything that's on my YouTube is just a whole bunch of videos I've been making. I currently have about 200 to 400 wall footage that I'm getting edited right now. So I have a whole bunch of John Tent that's going to be coming out soon. This is good.
So you do John Tent, and so what do you do in your videos? What do you mean? What's over there?
Okay, I do all kinds of stuff. I work out. I go swimming. I climb bridges sometimes.
You climb bridges?
So like, yeah, it's like there's a bridge here locally, and I go beneath it, and I have to climb across it, like 200, 300. Like I think the farthest I got was like 200 feet out, only using my arm. And I would just do crazy wild stuff.
Okay, I see your channel here. Okay, John Tent, I got you right here. Okay.
Yeah.
So I see you're putting fish on your neck here. You got a plate of fish on your neck. What's going on here?
Oh, that was just a dinner I was eating some night.
Okay.
Just a random video. I do a whole bunch of random stuff. I eat raw meat sometimes.
You eat raw meat?
I drink raw egg. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's not that's kind of. Are you trolling or are you being serious?
No, I'm being serious. I eat raw meat sometimes. I don't do it every time. Like it's all about my mood. I drink lots of raw eggs, and then I drink raw milk. I really like raw milk.
Yeah, raw milk. Really raw milk is good for you. No.
Yeah.
What's the mood for raw meat? What mood is that?
I don't know. It's just like sometimes
just random.
When you have a craving for something, it's kind of like a craving.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah, well, yeah. I guess when I have a craving for raw meat.
You keep us updated with that on your channel, right?
I do. Yeah, people they seem to love it when I eat food, especially when it looks disgusting.
Okay, so is like review bra? Do you over there reviewing the meats?
I should do that.
Okay. All right. Well, I got your channel link there in the show description, and thank you for the super chat, Chase. I want to remind everybody too, if you would head on over to chalk.com, that's CHOQ.com, for the best in supplementation. Chalk is the show sponsor. If you're looking for boosting your mineral deficiencies, I recommend the 7 Wonders. That's great for that. 7 excellent, purer than organic mushrooms that provide the basis for the minerals that are deficient in most American Western diets. Tonkat Ali, which is great for boosting testosterone. Rachel messaged me today and said she's been checking out different chalk products, and she says, I've learned that the ladies can't take chalk. No, you don't want to boost your testosterone. You don't want toxic masculinity oozing out of you if you're a lady. However, chalk does have a list over there for you ladies, which makes it easy for the ladies to figure out what they do need. Over at chalk.com, that's CHOQ.com. Use the promo code J50, that's JAY50, to get 50% off all of those excellent products, including the chocolate, including the cacao beans, including all those excellent things that they have at Chalk. And we will be live, as we said, in Los Angeles with Jamie Kennedy. That will be July 6th. You can still get the tickets. We're winding down. It's coming up really soon. So we never know. We might get some superstars like John showing up. You might get a little live John Tent. You didn't even know that. If he can make it, he may not. We'll see. But regardless, we'll be there. I'll be doing a lecture. I'll be doing some comedy. Jamie Kennedy will be there. He'll be doing some comedy. My wife, Jamie, will be there doing a talk. And you can find us. It's going to be a lot of fun at that event. John, thank you so much for coming on. It was a lot of fun. You're a funny guy, dude. This is one of my funniest interviews yet. You had me cracking up.
I really appreciate it, Jay.
It was a lot of fun.
It means a lot.
Yeah, great, crazy story.